Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today's Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day, and as I mention each day, the final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because in that last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider it to be the most valid price of the day, and that is the time, and those are the levels that I make my buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. I hope you're having a nice day. I apologize, I have been absent for the last 2 or 3 sessions. I have been really sick and just was not able to muster up the energy to do the podcast. So hopefully I have enough to get us through for the hour here. I will do my very, very best. So currently the Dow is up 459 points, up 1.35%. The NASDAQ is up 239 points, up 1.68%. And the S&P is up 64 points, up 1.5%. So here is the plan for today. First of all, I'm going to show you my current positions, which were not a lot. I have not really taken positions in the last couple days as far as swing trades, but I did have the overnight SPY trade. I'll share that with you. I also did have one day trade today that I will share with you as well. Then we're going to go over to the board, see how my students are doing with their positions. We haven't updated these for a couple days, so you'll have to let me know as far as what you're in, what you're not in, and we'll get them all updated and everything correct by at least by the time this podcast is over. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. We're going to come back, take a look at my current position, day trades. We're going to take a look at my students' positions, see how those are doing. After that, I'm going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill you can ever develop in trading is the ability to manage your emotions. So we'll spend some time there. After that, I do have quite a few end of day candidates today that I want to look at. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. And the first is confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio of at least 2 to 1. And third, I need to have a good trading plan for every single position I have, regardless of the methodology that I'm using. And that, for me, that includes position sizing based upon current market volatility, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is, knowing where my emergency stop is, knowing where my end of day stop is, knowing where my intraday profit targets are, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are, and having a good trailing stop methodology in place. So I'm going to go through the end of day candidates as we get closer to the end of the day. We'll go through, look at the time frames, look at the risk to reward ratios. If I find something that looks good to me at the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. And then if there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the market closing, if you could put them in the live stream chat, and I will do my best to get to them. And then lastly, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait till the end of the day before you let me know about them. And I know we're going to have a lot of changes, so we'll get them all taken care of. All right. So appreciate you being here. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's see who is here today. Tracy is here. Nice to see you, Tracy. Jock is here. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a good day. Nigma is here. Hello. Nice to see you, Nigma. Nigma says HPQ has a 520 crossover. I did just try to back test that, and I was not able to. It didn't come up on my back test, but we can take a look at it. Yes, definitely does have a 520 crossover. Has moved quite a bit from below to go up. I hesitate to comment on this one because I cannot back test it. I don't know if Steve or Kamal out there could back test that. If HPQ, Hewlett Packard, does back test well with the 520. Does have the 50 right above, does have the 200 right above. That might be something to consider as well. Tom says, welcome back, Greg. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that, bud. Hope you're doing well, having a good day. Wiener Dog Trading, so wonderful to hear your voice, Greg. Hey, Karen, nice to see you. And I have not forgot about you. I have just, as we discussed, ready to get those lessons going back again. Just needed to clear my current student list because I've just been teaching every night. But as soon as we get done with those, as soon as I get done with some of my students, and we will schedule that and we will get going. Nice to see you, Karen. Dan is here with the peace sign. Good to see you, bud. Anya T is here. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day, feeling well. Steve says, glad to hear you're back in action, Greg. You sound good. Thanks, bud. Yeah, it was. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. But excuse me, I think I'm good enough today. We'll find out. Michael is here. Good to see you, Lova. Good lesson last night. Bacon Bandit is here. Good to have you back. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, bud. Miko says, good afternoon, Greg. Good to have you back, Greg. Thank you very much, Miko. Bacon says, I have to ask, Greg or Greg, 1G or 2? Two Gs. David says, hi, Greg and Groot. Great to have you back. Thank you, David. Paxton is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. And Paxton says, I'm a trooper. I am. I try, but I wasn't much of a trooper the last couple days because I just couldn't do it. So, all right, let's take a look here. So like I said, I didn't have a lot of positions over the last few days. I did have the overnight SPY trade, which I bought yesterday at the close at 428.64. Sold it at the open today, 430.33 for overnight SPY trade profit. I will be buying this again at the close, holding it overnight, selling it first thing tomorrow morning. Merck, I did have a short trade on Merck earlier in the day. Way back here, we were in a downtrend. We came up. We rejected the 200-day moving average. I shorted here at 82.13. My end of bar stop, which has been a close above, but it immediately went my way. I covered a portion at 81.91. Moved sideways, grabbed another portion, covered another portion at 81.66. Covered another portion at 81.56, and then we had this V1 rejection of the 30, all that kind of stuff. So I got out. So I got in. I shorted at 82.13, covered at 81.91, covered at 81.75, covered at 81.66, and 81.56. So, all right. So I'm going to go through the positions that I have here. I know these are outdated, so if you could just wait till the end of the day after the market closed, and then you can let me know about your new updated positions, and we'll get them all taken care of. But I do have Steve Burns here and Ava with an under 30, over 30 on the AGQ. And I believe this was way down here, if I remember correctly. The under 30, over 30, about 30.26. It's 33.45, down a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade there for Steve and Ava, if they are in fact still in this position. TER, I believe this was Steve. Yes. Have here at 109.29. I don't know if it closed below the 30 yesterday. May have. It is up nicely today, but Steve, you'll have to let me know if you're still in that. Facebook, I don't have anyone else in Facebook, but we'll see. TELL, Frank in TELL from 330. It's 383 right now. It's up a penny up on the day, but it looks like this trade, if Frank is still in it, is up about 13.61%. So that's nice. Zoom, let's see. Michael Martin, Mike, I don't know if you're still in this from way back here at 287. You'll just have to let me know Definitely went through a lot of end of day stops, so you'll just have to update me on that. Uber, Kamal had in Uber at 44.44. It's 45.70, down a little bit on the day, but up on the trade. XLRE, we have Lava, I believe, right? Yeah. Lava here with an under 30, over 30 at 44.86. It's 44.77, so it is slightly down on the day and slightly down on the trade. Eli Lilly, Gary had a higher low V2 at 232.08. Big day up today, up 3.07%. Slightly down on the trade, but nicely up on the trade. Path, I think this was Frank at 51.95, but I know these are outdated. Not sure. You guys are just gonna have to let me know. BA, Kamal bought BA all the way back here. Boeing at 213, higher low V1 at 213. It's 225.02, up nicely on the day and beautifully up on the trade. DocuSign, I have Steve buying DocuSign at 258.36. Don't know if you're still in, Steve. You'll just have to let me know. TMUS, Michael Martin bought TMUS here at 127.90. It's 125.90. It is up on the day but down on the trade. And NEE is Lava. This one's been going well. Under 30, over 30, bought at 78.34. It's currently 79.55. So not too bad there, but you'll have to update me on whether or not we have the correct positions. Ava is here. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Having a good day. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Glad to have you back. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, I missed the group. I really did. And I hope you guys navigated the market well. And Enigma says Verizon has a 520 crossover. I don't see the 520 crossover, Enigma. I still see the 5 underneath the 20. So I don't, maybe that was earlier in the day that you saw that. Not 100% sure. Okay. Well, because I don't have many positions and the board seems pretty small, so we're going to have a little extra time. So what do we have? 113? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So I'll tell you what, let's just get to trader psychology and then we'll get on because there's a lot of things to look at. This is from Linda Raschke, at Linda Raschke on Twitter. Of course, Linda's very famous trader. One of the first trading books I ever read in my life was from Linda Raschke, High Probability Trading Setups. Have met her in person. She's a world-class trader, and please follow her on Twitter. Gretchen Rubin, Rebounding FM Mistakes. I like this. I've never heard this before. Instead of feeling that you've blown the day and thinking, I'll get back on track tomorrow morning, try thinking of each day as a set of 4 quarters, like in sports. Morning, midday, afternoon, evening. If you blow one, get back on track for the next. By James Clear. Isn't that good? Right? I mean, basketball teams, football teams, they may not have a good quarter, but they go in and they regroup and they say, okay, second quarter, we're going to do this and this and that. It's the same thing with trading. Divide it up into 4 sections of the day. And if you don't do so great in the morning, then come back in second quarter, third quarter, or fourth quarter and get your act together. Right? I've never heard this before, but I think it's a great idea. So Linda, thank you for sharing that with us. And that was helpful for me, and I hope it's helpful for everyone else. David says V bounced off of the 200-day moving average. Yes, it definitely did. It's holding the 200-day moving average. Pretty good risk to reward there as well. Enigma says, I think it's between EMA and SMA that I can't change. Oh, on Verizon? Oh yeah, the 5 has not really quite crossed the 20. At least not yet. At least not yet. Yeah. Wow, what a day. What a volatile market. Honestly, it was kind of nice to be out out of all the chaos and out of all the trading. When I didn't feel well, I'm just not dealing with these positions right now. And so I basically just didn't buy anything than the overnight SPY trade. And so we're having a good day today, though. That is for sure. I guess I should go over weekly trades because I did get out of some weekly trades. I bought DoorDash all the way back here, 521, had a false breakout to the downside V1, retested the -1 ATR channel. I bought at 137.48. I sold half with rejection of the 50 at 150.12. Moved up strongly, got to trailing stop level, had a close below the previous day's low, got another half of a half at 168.29, then moved up beautifully. We went above the 65 RSI, and then last week we closed below. So I did close that out last Friday, and this particular trade, entry to my exit price up 32.4%. So that's why I like to take trades on multiple time frames. So I am out of DoorDash. Thank you, DoorDash. That was wonderful. And then PayPal. I did buy PayPal along with Ava, Jonathan, and Tom. Return to value, sideways motion, V2. Bought this at 278.30. Moved up, did take some profit targets, got right to that halfway, and then last week at the close, it closed below halfway the washout bar. So this one was a losing trade from entry to exit there, 5.11%. So that one is done. And then I do have Tesla that I bought on the weekly along with Gary and Jonathan. Bought this here, 520 crossover and V2. Bought this at 685.47. Moved up. 785.01. It's up 1.33% this week, and one profit target here this week as well. And this particular trade is up 12.7% on that weekly. Not too shabby. Steve says Amazon back over the 30 RSI. Let's take a look. It is 37.82, so it went from way under the 30 to quite a bit over. This is a little, hold on one second. Well, speaking of Amazon, that was Amazon. So I feel like this is a little extended for me from an RSI perspective. If it goes under 30, over 30, I don't really like to buy much above 35, 36 because it skews the risk to reward ratio. So yes, it is under the 30, over the 30. It is under the -3rd and over the -3rd. It's just that it's 37.66 RSI level. You know, I assume that this is going to find some resistance at the 50 RSI. It still gets better than a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I don't know. We have the 5 here. I think I'm personally just going to stay away from that one. Steve says Domino's Pizza has back over the 30 RSI. Ooh, close, huh? 29.66 is what I see here. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm gonna have to make sure that closes over the 30. So DPZ. Let me do a little math here. But it is under the 30 at the moment. So I wouldn't be interested if it's under the 30. If it closes back over, then that's a whole other deal. Let's see. All right, so we'll put there on the list. Hey, Frank has a poem for us. Fantastic. I missed these. So let me paste this over here and then we will get to it. All right, here we go. Slow but sure can heal and cure. It's a way for many to grow and assure. There's no shortcut or easy detour. Patience brings the confidence needed to endure. Oh, so good. Slow but sure can heal and cure. It's a way for many to grow and assure. There's no shortcut or easy detour. Patience brings the confidence needed to endure. Isn't that a great line? Patience brings the confidence needed to endure. Thank you, Frank, as always, buddy. What a great poem. Jonathan says, evening, Greg and group. Good to have you back. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Hope you are doing well and the family's doing well. Steve says, Facebook back over the 30 RSI today. Let's take a look at Facebook. Yes, it is. This one's a little more neutral. That's 35, so an under 30, over 30. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly still struggling with that negative one ATR channel above. Mike, love it. As you know from last night, this is exactly the kind of things that we were studying last night. Do I like the weekly? No, I don't, because I have the negative one ATR channel right above me. Right above me, right? Yes, the daily looks good, under 30, over 30. It's kind of stuck right at that negative third ATR channel. But for me, I would not be buying Facebook because of the resistance of the one ATR channel, negative one ATR channel on the weekly. I like to look at multiple time frames. I like to have support underneath me on multiple time frames. Steve says, Etsy back over the 200-day moving average. Yes, and a V2. Here is day 1, here is day 2, here is day 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 looks like it's above day 1's close now. Actually, it's underneath it by a couple pennies. Is it a good risk to reward ratio? It's a little chasey. Have that 50 right above us. Let's look at the weekly. Big bar last week. We are in the value zone, but boy, it's been a big, strong move down. Is this a dead cat bounce? I don't know. I think the trade on this would have been yesterday when you had the better risk to reward off of the 200. Paxton says UNG monthly profit target. Well, yeah, we have this trade. Tracy and Paxton, David and myself. It's been a monster trade on natural gas. Bought this here at 10.52. It's 21.76. But I hit a bunch of profit targets last month. It's up again this month, but it's 64.46. It's above the 65 RSI. So if we reject the 70 on the RSI on the monthly, I'll sell half. After rejecting the 70, if I get a close below the previous day's low, I'll get out of the rest. Alternatively, because we are at the 65 RSI, if I get a close below the 5 EMA, I would also get out of everything. Or if I have a close below the previous day's low, I would as well. So right now, we've got above 65 on the RSI, Paxton. So worst case scenario, if it closes below the 5 EMA, we would definitely get out. But this trade up 51%, 51.55% on the monthly, and that's why I like to trade on the monthly. Like to trade on weekly. Your position sizes are not that high, and you just really don't care about them. But you can see between that and what was the other one, DoorDash, you can have some really big trades on those monthly and weeklies. Dan says, I'm trying me best to be patient and wait for the SPY to go under and over the 200 to employ Steve's end of the month strategy he taught us. I love that strategy. Is that the strategy where you wait till the end of the day and that I think it was 5 moving averages that beat buy and hold? Lova and I were discussing that last night in our lesson. But yeah, on the last day of the month, it has to close under the 200-day moving average. Then you look at it again a month later. If it's still under, you stay out. But if it closed over, then you get in. You don't look at it for another month. If it's still over, you stay in. Next month, if it's still over, you stay in. Next month, if it closes back below, you get out, wait another month, and then see if the next month closes over. So yeah, just be patient, Dan. I mean, that approach has unbelievable back test. As a matter of fact, we have time. Let me see if I can do it right here. I always mess that up. Daily, month end. All right, here we go. This is from etfreplay.com. I am using this by permission, and this is what Dan's talking about. Here's the SPY. And the criteria is you wait till the end of the month. If it's under the 200-day at the end of the month, you don't do anything. But then you look at it a month later. If it's still under, you stay out. Next month, if it's still under, you stay out. Next month, if it's over, you buy. Then you look the next month. If it's still over, you hold. If it's still the next month, if it's still over, you hold. And that very simple approach, look at this, just absolutely destroys buy and hold. This is on the SPY. Using this approach, 589.9% buy and hold 367, but just as impressive is the reduction in the drawdown. The buy and hold, using the approach on the return was 589.9. The drawdown only 20.8. Buy and hold, return 367. But the drawdown was 52. And if you look at the stats on this has a 66.7% win rate, and it has close to a 10-to-1 profit factor. Can you imagine? I mean, look at the results here. It had a loss of 582. It had a loss of 136. It had a loss of 879 and 0.79. But look at some of these winners. 5%, 73%, 20%, 8%, 69, 38, and the current one's up 44.06. So yeah, it's a very, very impressive back test. Paxton says, UNG, we wait till the end of the month. Yes, that's correct, because it's a monthly trade. Tracy says, IWM had an intraday rejection of the 200 with resistance at the 100. Yeah, it's definitely holding the 200-day moving average. Pretty good risk to reward. Looks like it rejected the 50 RSI. Weekly is okay. I'm not sure IWM backtest well over the 200. Why don't we try? IWM and day of cross, simple. It does backtest well. I mean, it backtests positively, 171.4 compared to 493. Buy and hold, drawdown is much less. So, you know, technically that is a intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average, which with a pretty good risk to reward ratio. Tracy said, look at MSTR. Did we miss the boat? Oh, this is Bitcoin, right? Boom. Well, MSTR. Let's see if we can backtest that. This one's not available for me to backtest, so I cannot do a backtest. But let's just look at it. I mean, you know, this is essentially a proxy for Bitcoin. I mean, it's a big, strong close above the 200-day moving average. MACD has crossed over nicely. I think Steve is in this. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure he'll get me updated. We have the 50 right above us as resistance. I mean, technically, I believe if this backtests well, that would be a legitimate signal. Ava says, TMUS. double bottom bullish divergence, false breakout downside, V1. Let's take a look. Double bottom bullish divergence, that's true. Here we have a low with deep red MACD bars. We rally into green. Did we come back, test the low? Yes, we did. So it's a double bottom with a bullish divergence and a bit and a V1 for sure. I think the day before Ava, the bar was larger than 1 ATR, not much. It would give you an excellent risk to reward ratio here, right about there with halfway. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is holding support of the negative third ATR channel. So yeah, double bottom, bullish divergence, V1, looks pretty good. And yes, it did reject half of yesterday's bar. I was in MNST, not MSTR. I was stopped out. Okay. Yeah, to this day, I still get those two confused. So at the end of the day, you know, I know everyone has a lot of different positions, and I've been absent for the last couple days. So at the end of the day, just kind of tell me what's going on, and we'll get everything taken care of. Let's see here. All right, so we do have a lot to look at. Why don't we look at Bitcoin since we're talking about Bitcoin? Whew, really moved up strongly, didn't it? Yeah, what are we at, 51? I know some people that are into Bitcoin, so I'm sure they're very happy, glad to see that big move up here. To me, it's a little chasey at this level. DocuSign. All right, so there are a lot of potentials here today. Let's look at DocuSign. We have a under 200 over 200. We have an under 30 over 30. We have an under the negative third over the negative third. Leva, if you noticed, I drew the pink line here at the bottom of the range. We were able to get back over that resistance of the bottom of the range. That's a good sign. 3710 RSI. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly is above the -1 ATR channel. So yeah, this one definitely looks pretty good. FCX. I do like the risk to reward ratio on FCX. It is down a little bit today, along with metals, but we did wash out the low a day ago. MACD is positive. We're back in the value zone. We don't have a higher low V1 or V2, but we do have a false breakout to the downside intraday rejection of the 250, which I kind of like. If we look at the weekly, however, we have rejected the -1 ATR channel, and we've rejected the 50 SMA, which I don't like so much, so I'm going to take that one off of the board. IBB. Earlier in the day, it was a close under, close back over the 250. Now it is underneath, so that one I am going to get rid of. Johnson & Johnson, under 250, over 250. I like the risk to reward ratio there. It's still under 30 RSI. I would prefer it to be over. If we look at the weekly, we have the rejection of the 50 week above. So with that being said, I am going to get rid of that one. The Qs under 30, I believe. It's amazing. You take 2 days off. Yes, 29.13. And now we are back above, but we're at 39. It's a little high. I mean, 40 would give us a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? 40 to 50 RSI and 40 to 30 RSI for our stop. Although we did go under the 100, over the 100, that is a good confluence of signals for sure. I don't think I like the 38 RSI though, so I am going to let Qs go. Shopify, what happened to Shopify? Yesterday looked like the signal with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average and an intraday rejection of the -3rd ATR channel. It did go up today and test the low of the range over here and failed. It does give a good risk to reward ratio. Now, if we look at the weekly, I have the -1 ATR channel above on the weekly. I don't like that, so I'm going to let that one go as well. And hopefully this is making sense, level, because this is the lesson that we had last night. Teledoc, under 30, over 30. It's a more reasonable RSI level, 33.16. If we look at the weekly, we're holding support of the -2 ATR channel, so that one looks pretty good so far. Twitter, under 250, over 250. False breakout to the downside. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is holding the 50-week moving average and rejected the -1 ATR channel, so that one is okay as well. WBA, higher low V1 and close back above the 250-day moving average. If we look at the weekly rejected the 50-week moving average above. I don't like that, so we'll take that one off the board. XLU. All right, so a couple days ago we closed under the 200 and then back over the 200. Right now the 200 is at, why can't I find it? Where did it go? Oh, 64.67. We're at 64.65. I actually do kind of like this trade, but right now it's under the 200. I like that we have this higher low V2 here. I always like higher lows than lower lows. This could be a possibility if it closed over the 200-day. I just like the risk to reward ratio. And if we look at the weekly, we're back over the 50-week moving average and rejection of the -1 ATR channel. So that one looks fairly good as well. XLV, under 30, over 30, under the -3rd, over the -3rd. It's 31.93. That looks pretty good. If we go to the weekly, we are above the -1 ATR channel, so that is going to act as support, so we can put that one down there as well. Yeti, looks like it's a close under 200, over 200. I don't like that we rejected the 5 EMA and that we are underneath the 200, the 30 RSI. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's kind of stuck here in no man's land between the -1 and the -2 ATR channel, so I'm going to let that one go as well. Domino's Pizza, we discussed that under 30, over 30, under the -3rd, over the -3rd, and it is back above the 30, so that is good. If we go to the weekly, we're hanging out in the value zone, so that one looks fairly good. IBB, take that one off. Alibaba, under 30, over 30, under the -3rd, over the -3rd. If we look at the weekly, weekly has the resistance of the 3rd ATR channel above. I think I'm just going to bypass Alibaba. It's such a volatile stock. Amazon, under 30, over 30. It's more reasonably priced now from an RSI level. It's 35.43, under the -3rd, over the -3rd, under the 30, over the 30. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly still has resistance of the 1 ATR channel and the 50 SMA, EMA above. So with that being said, I'm going to let that one pass. PayPal. I think the time to buy PayPal was yesterday with the intraday rejection of the 250. Ooh, sorry. Come on, voice. Don't fail me now. I feel like it's failing a little bit, so I'm going to let PayPal go. We discussed Etsy. I think the time to buy Etsy was yesterday with the rejection of the 200. I don't think I'm going to chase it up here right against that 50. KMX has a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average, close under the negative third, over the negative third. Let's look at the weekly. You know, it's this big weekly bar last week, right down. It just we already rejected the 50 RSI on this bar. To me, that seems more like a dead cat bounce, so I am going to let that one go. Merck, oh, that was the day trade that I had. Really nothing on Merck. And then PLTR was under and back over the 250. Now it's under. So I think I've narrowed it down here to DocuSign. Under 200, over 200. 3714 RSI did break above the low of the previous range there at around 250, 290. Weekly, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's up 3.91%. Teladoc, under 30, over 30. It's up strongly today. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, it still looks pretty good. Twitter, under 250, over 250. It's kind of struggling with the low of the previous range there. If we look at the weekly, it's above. Not too bad. XLU is right at the 200-day moving average. I kind of like the risk to reward on this one. I like the higher low V2 that happened here. And then if we look at the weekly, we're above the 50. XLV looks pretty good. Under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. If we look at the weekly, we're holding the negative 1 ATR channel. Big down bar though last week. I mean, you're going to get that with a lot of them. And then Domino's Pizza, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. If we look at the weekly, we're right in the value zone. I would have to say that my favorites at the moment would be DocuSign. It's a little stretchy. It's a little chasey, I would say. So that one I am going to let go for that reason. Teladoc, under 30, over 30. If we look at the weekly, we're holding the negative 2 ATR. Rejected the 5 EMA. That's not great. XLU is currently under the 200-day moving average. So my three favorite here are going to be Teladoc, DPZ, and XLU. DPZ, DPZ, TDOC, so that's what I'm narrowing everything down to. Domino's Pizza, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. On the weekly, right near the negative 1 ATR channel. XLU is back over the 200-day moving average, which I like. And Teladoc, I'm not thrilled that it rejected the 5 so thoroughly, but I do like the weekly. So we'll just have to see how these things pan out here. Tracy says, we are in XLU from yesterday. Oh, okay, good. Keep me updated at the end there, Tracy, so I make sure I get everything. Airbnb on the 200. Yep. I don't like the big super down big bar because if we rally, we're probably going to rally to halfway. Let's look at the weekly. Holding support in the -1 ATR channel. So pretty good risk to reward ratio, I got to say, on Airbnb. And it did thoroughly reject. It gives you a good risk reward ratio. And I do like the support of the 1 ATR channel below on the weekly. XLU is up 80% in October compared to the SPY, only up 40%. Thank you, Glenn. Good to see you, bud. Appreciate you being here. And I love all that seasonal stuff. Ava says Starbucks under over 200, but no V1. Down on an up day, but good risk to reward ratio here. Ava, you're still in that from before, I believe, right? Okay. All right, let me just clean a few things up here. So Domino's Pizza is looking good. It's right at 30 RSI now. It would have to close above that. XLU is now below the 200-day moving average, so that would take this out of contention. And then Teladoc here would look pretty good. So let's see, Teladoc. And then XLU. My favorite is probably XLU, but it's going to have to close above the 200 in order for me to get interested. Ava stopped out of SBUX. Okay. XLV is a poor return in October. Thank you, Glenn. David says, leaving early today, planning to buy V. Okay, bud. All right, so I'm just going to put David there. I know David likes Visa. So I'll just put this up here right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. So Domino's Pizza is now below the 30. XLU is below 64.67, and Teladoc still an under 30 over 30 weekly holding. So probably at the moment right now, Teladoc looks the best to me, but I reserve the right to change that because I do like XLU better because of this higher low and close back over and retest 64.67. So right now, it's under, but if it closes over, I'll most likely be buying XLU. Domino's Pizza is still under 30. XLU back above. Teladoc's back to about halfway. It went higher, back to halfway. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly has the -1 ATR channel above. Weekly's holding the -2 ATR channel. Definitely an under 30, over 30, lots of volume, over 1 million shares. XLU looks like it's back above now. All right, so really what I'm keying off of is XLU with the close at least above 64.67. And I'll just wait till the end of the day. Sitting right at the 200-day moving average on XLU, like to the penny. Domino's still under 30 RSI. Domino still under 30, XLU still under 200. XLU now under the 200-day moving average. I may not be buying anything today, actually. We have 5 minutes to go. Yeah, so I'm just going to key off of Domino's Pizza. If it can close above, I'll buy it. XLU, it looks like it's not going to close above, so I will not buy that. XLU is just going to give us a nail biter here. All right, so Steve is long Amazon with the under 30 over 30. Steve is also long Facebook with an under 30 over 30. And then Steve says my other remaining positions, AGQ, ARKK, Nike, PLTK. Okay, I'll get those all taken care of. So Steve today did buy Amazon at 32.2967 with an under 30 over 30, and he also bought Facebook at 333.69 with an under 30 over 30, and then I'll get those positions updated, Steve. Steve says, I exited TERBIBDOCU yesterday. Okay, I'll get those all taken care of when the market closes. XLU is just going to be a complete nail biter here. It's 1 penny under. All right, so it looks like Domino's is, well, it's close, but still under. XLU is off the board now with the close, with the under to the 200-day. Shucks. All right, well, I guess we'll have to do that then. It froze up on me. All right, let's do this again. All right. All right, so the market is closed. My platform froze up on me here. Okay. All right, so I did not buy anything today except for the overnight SPY trade, and I'll let you know here in just a second where I got filled. Let's see here. 26.58 plus 58. Okay, and then I did get filled on SPY at 433.10. Now, did Domino's Pizza close back over? No, it did not. Exa, you did not. So I did not buy anything today at all other than the overnight SPY trade where I got filled at 433.10. All right, sounds good. Boom, there we go. So not a lot of positions. Only position I have, daily position I have, is the overnight SPY trade. So I know we have a lot of new entries because I've been gone. So if you could go ahead, update me on your current positions and what you got out of, I'll get them all updated. But before I do that, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I teach a great course. I know it will make you a better trader. It's one-on-one. And I think it's the best way to learn anything from anyone is in a one-on-one situation. And like I said, we do it on Skype in the evening time. The course is 15 hours total, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. That's where you get the 15 hours. I teach you all 5 of my different trading approaches. I teach you step by step. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced trader, you're going to find something useful and valuable in this course. And I have turned out some really good traders all around the world. So if you're interested, the price of the course is $1,750. It's worth every penny, I promise you. Leva and Mike had a great lesson last night, and boy, he has come a long way, and really proud of him. But if you're interested in the course, just send me an email. The email's in the link of this in the description of this video. If you reach out to me, just say, hey Greg, I'm possibly interested in taking your course. I'll reply and say, great, let's do a Skype call. I want to learn more about you, your trading, your challenges, your goals, what you're trying to learn from the course. It's a good time for you to ask me any questions about the course during that Skype call. And then when we're done, think about it as long as you want. There's absolutely no pressure. And when you're ready, just email me back and say, today's the day I want to get going. We'll get it scheduled and away we'll go. Number 2, I have a great online course, online video course at udemy.com. The link is in the description of this YouTube video. It's a great course, the deep dip by stock trading strategy. I use it all the time. I teach you step by step. It's a very comprehensive course, 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos, 15 study guides, and I have gotten so many good reviews and feedback from all over the world on that course. And the best part, it's like $12 or $15. And so, if you want to take the first step in becoming a better trader, take that course. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. All right, so that's all I have. So let's get back over. I know we're going to have a lot of new stuff to go over. All right, so Steve is long Amazon. All right, so we have Steve long Amazon at 32.29, 32.29.67. Okay, that's Steve. Steve is also long Facebook at 33369. 33369, and that's Steve. Okay. My other remaining from positions, AGQ. Okay, I've got you there. ARKK. Okay, that's a new one. And Steve went long AA from entry. Okay. So I think that was yesterday, Steve, right? So that's up nicely. Okie doke. Nike. Okay, so I didn't have you in Nike. Nike. All right. 1.29%. Okay. So that most likely was here. With the bounce of the 200. So that looks like it's about the correct entry point. Okay, Steve, got you there, bud. And PLTK. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I can't pull up on my chart, Steve. So I can't do that one. Steve says I exited TER. Okay. BIIB, I don't have you in that one. DocuSign. Okay. Okay. TER, BIIB, and DocuSign. Steve went long arc at 107.50. Oh, okay. I had you here at 107.20. Okay. Okay. I think we've got those taken care of. Jonathan's got to run. Tuesday night is tennis night. Sweet. Have a good time playing tennis. Dan says thumbs up for Greg. Thanks, buddy. Frank is no longer in path. All right, Frank. Tom is okay. So in the weekly FIS, so let's get some weeklies up here. FIS. And that was last week, I imagine, right, Tom? Okay. So that one's underwater a bit. And that's Tom. And out of PayPal. Yep, I assumed that. All right. Okay. All right, so we have AEE. Oh, this is the one we looked at last night at 81, 88, and that's Lava. Oh yeah, that's okay. Yep. Okay. In DocuSign, $156. I'm sorry, 256.01. Okay. Oliva. Okay, got that. Paxton is an IWM. Okay. I will DM you out other current positions. We have an appointment, have to run. Okay, bud. Sounds good. I'll get them updated. Michael was out of Amazon. Okay, never had you in. So Ava is in DocuSign. 254. Nice trade, Ava. 254. All right. I guess I better do this then. I'll go like that. Boom. Okay. Michael says, sorry, AEE was on Monday. What's today? Yeah. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, I had it. I did the entry on Monday. There, Mike. Ava, out of one half of DocuSign left from a day trade. Oh, I see. All right. One half position. Rich is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Looking forward to our lesson Thursday. Rich, hope you're doing well, my friend. And you are welcome. Ava is out of PayPal. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we are all out of PayPal. All right. Okie dokie. So, all right. So we'll get rid of Domino's Pizza. XLU did not work. And Teladoc, nothing in Teladoc at the moment. So yes, that leaves me with SPY and only the overnight SPY trade on the daily. What's happening after hours here? Any nonsense? Apple's up a penny. Alibaba's down. Facebook's up 19 cents. All right, not bad. Paxton is in TT from Monday. Oh, nice trade, bud. I like it. Oops. Dynamic duo. Sorry, Friday. Okay. There we go. No problem. All right. Anyone else have any other updates for me? While you're thinking about it, just want to read my little saying here that I like to read each day at the close. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. It's pretty self-explanatory, everyone. If we could just try to go out and do one random act of kindness daily for another human being, it would make the world a better place. If we could go out and do it for an animal, it would make the world a better place. So why not try to do it? Something that I try to incorporate in my life every day. Just try to do one nice thing for another human and one nice thing for an animal if possible. And it really might just set the world in the right direction, which would be great. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for coming today. Missed you guys, and it's good to be back. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, drive safe. And we will see what this crazy week brings again for us tomorrow. But thanks again. Have a good rest of your day, and hopefully see you tomorrow during the last hour of the market. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.